guys, how you doing? Hank Hayes and Steve Johnson here with ISP, Intuitive Self-Protection. We're gonna have some fun here, and hopefully this helps you guys out. We're doing the unboxing, the mounting, and the zeroing of the Holosun 507C Red Dot system. And this comes to us via out of Virginia Beach, Superior Pawn and Gun, and these guys are great. And we're not getting paid to name drop them. We just want to add value to you as a great resource to go to for guns, weaponry, any kind of gear rather, and they got a great range and they're great people. So go see Dave and Samantha. It's right across the street from the mall. So you had a couple of things you wanted to add about this. Steve's an armorer. Serves us, U.S. Navy. Yeah, go Navy, baby. All right. So what did you have to say about this bad boy?
Yeah, so normally I run Trijicon RMR on all my pistols. I got one of these for my wife's competition gun. So far it's been really awesome. Great battery life, multiple reticle options, and it's very economically priced. So it's given the Trijicon and the bigger names a run for their money, so yeah. It's a good option if you're just trying to get into the red dot game. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and one of the reasons why I'm going to red dot for my pistols is, yeah, man, I'm getting older, right? So the eyes aren't as good. There it is, right there, as they used to be. So when I'm trying to line up my sights, the iron sights on my pistol, it takes me a lot longer to do it, and frankly, I'm not hitting where I want to consistently. So that's the reason for this.
We're going to get that fixed up for you.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. So we're going to do this in a couple of parts. We're going to do the unboxing here. So you're just going to see hands and the unboxing, right? And then you're going to see it handed over to Steve, and he's going to do the mounting on this, and he's going to knock out the rear sight. And again, Steve's an armorer, so he's certified. And then we're going to go out into the hallway and do a zeroing with a bore sight. So we're going to have a great time. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, we get to do this unboxing of the Holosun 507C. This is exciting. This is like opening up an iPhone or some technology toy, right? So what we wanted to do here is add as much value to you guys as we could. And both Steve and I'm like a research nut before I go ahead and buy gear. So I asked a lot of guys in the SF community and the guys who are on both our teams at NLB Tactical and ISP. And so this really is a lot of value for your buck. So what do we got here? We have a manual. And I tell you what, man, I find manuals very important because sometimes a lot of the manuals you get, dude, they're shit. And that really stinks. And, of course, yeah, I went through this before so I could talk intelligently to you guys. And this is a complete manual, man. You can do a circle dot or a dot, and you can adjust the brightness of it. So this manual is very complete. What else do we have in here? We have the cleaning lens cloth. Cool. Can't have enough of these things. All right, so we got that. We'll lay that out. Vitamins. No, this is silica gel to keep the moisture out. What do we have? Set screws with Loctite. Set screws with Loctite. Man, anything you're gonna mount on your weapon system, or your holster, got to use that blue Loctite because it will come out. It will come out if you don't. Oh, let's see what we got. We got this bad boy. This is awesome. Oh, this has got the shake awake to it, so it just came on. I don't know if you guys can see that in there, if I move it around, I don't know, but we'll demonstrate that later. And it also has a solar panel on top. So really, really cool. And your adjustments here for your auto off after, I believe it is, what is it, 10 minutes, Steve?
I think it's 10 minutes, and then you can adjust it being adjustable for brightness, or you can do it manually. I recommend manually because if you're shooting in different lighting conditions, it could affect your ability to see the reticle. So I definitely recommend manual.
Awesome. And we're going to talk more about some of the features on that later. Battery compartment, and then what else do we got? We got a Torx wrench, and I know Steve wanted to make mention on this bad boy. This is your windage and elevation. And what were you saying earlier about this?
Yeah, so on some other optics, you're able to make adjustments to windage and elevation with like a bullet casing if you forget your tool on the range. This one is a little too small. So if you're going to be making any type of adjustments, either make sure you carry the tool with you or have like some kind of little flathead screwdriver. Also, the other side of the tool is how you remove the battery, because it comes in a little sealed compartment. So those two little prongs that you're seeing on the bottom of it is how you actually remove the battery compartment. So don't lose the tool. That is important.
Yep. Don't lose this bad boy. Okay, and one other thing that we have, that is the mounting plate. So for my pistol here, and this is a clear and safe weapon system, Steve is going to knock out the rear sight, and this mounting plate right here, and this is by DPP, and what comes in this little bad boy. So we have the Allen keys here. You don't want to get lost. We got some more mounting screws. Oops, with Loctite. The guys down at work always bust my chops because I say oops and goody. So really tactical talk. But here's your base plate. More set screws. And here is the mounting plate. And let's see if I can show this to you. And that's where it's going to set. Right in here. See, boom, just like that. So there you have it. That is the unboxing of the Holosun 507C along with the DPP base plate. And we're going to transition over to Steve, and he is going to mount all this stuff up.
All right, guys, we wanted to show you how to remove that rear sight and push this on. Unfortunately, the tool that we were using is this sight pusher tool right here, and the plate does not fit in the little pusher right there, as you can see. So if you can see, that doesn't fit. So I had to take it home, and we're actually in the second day of shooting this video, and I had to put this in a vise and do it the old-fashioned way and hammer it into place. So just so you know, if you want to do this option, you might have to do that if you already have a sight pushing tool. This might not work.
Now, did you have to use some soft vise tool to not mar that or scratch that up?
Yes, you want to use soft jaws or a good thick piece of rawhide will do it as well. Just some leather, and don't hit the surface with a bare hammer. You want to put a nice soft piece of, I actually used Gorilla Tape on this. Just put a Gorilla Tape on, smack, 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 you know, with a non-marring hammer, and I got it on there. So it took a little while just to get it all centered up and perfect, but just take your time with it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, what do they say? It's not a project until you run into a little resistance.
Right. And then, like I was telling Hank earlier, when I was learning how to put guns together by the great Jim Fuller, he told me one time that, you know, sometimes to solve a problem, you just need to get a bigger hammer. So there's a little bit of words of wisdom from Jim Fuller. So let's get this this whole thing mounted up. So we got our set screws that are going to make sure that this plate doesn't drift at all. It's in there pretty good, but we want to have redundancy, especially since this is our aiming system. So this is important. Comes with a little bit of thread lock on the threads already. I'm going to add just a little bit more, just to, again, for redundancy. So we're going to break that open. All right. Not trying not to spill everywhere. All right. Add a little bit on the threads. Just a drop or two. There we go. Put that off to the side, and we'll just put these in. All right, and these just go in these back holes right there. Hopefully you can see that. Just get those nice and set in there with the provided tools that comes with the kit. And then we'll set that in there real good. And these little screws like this, you guys really don't need to wrench on them really hard. Just a good hand tightening will do, because they are just little screws. They can't take that much. So
definitely don't want to strip that.
Definitely don't want to strip it, and good luck getting that out if you do strip it. So good. One of the nice things about using a plate like this is if you're not sure that a red dot is for you, this is a easy reverse. Just put your rear sight back in, push this out, and you know, just decide that the red dot's not for you. But most people I know that switch over to red dot and learn how to get proficient with it, they never go back. So you'll be just fine. Oh, let's get that little bugger in there. These little screws get you. So wipe that clean. All right. So now let's put this off to the side. Now we're going to move on to getting the Holosun. The optic comes with a low pro mount, as you can see right here. So you're going to want to remove this with the provided Torx screw that comes with it. And there's these two screws right here on the bottom of the optic right here. So you just put your little Torx screw in there, and that pops out.
Man, we're lucky we have a professional armorer on the team. It's great, right?
Yeah, so you guys can learn from all the mistakes I've made with doing this stuff.
No doubt.
I've made plenty.
Fail forward, fail forward.
Yep, absolutely. Referencing the blog post that I wrote.
Yeah, Steve wrote a great blog post. What's the name? Failure, training through failure. Training through failure, yeah. We'll give you our website address, and it's also on FBook on our page. But yeah, check out this blog post article. It's great. It's a great article.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a minute to explain what I was saying in the previous video. The sight aiming or the sight adjustment tool is also your battery compartment. You have a sealed battery compartment right here, and these little knobs go in here. So don't lose this tool, because this is very important. You're not going to be able to get this off without the tool. All right, moving forward. The kit comes with the little contact plates on this. I was screwing around with it a little earlier, and with it having a sealed compartment with the battery, it's not necessary for the Holosun. It is for the RMR, because the RMR has an exposed battery compartment. So you do want a contact plate for this, but since this is a sealed unit, it's not necessary, and it's just going to make the optic that much higher up, and it's already a little high being mounted on top of the slide like that. So we're going to forego that.
Nice, good to know, man.
Yeah, and we are going to not use the longer screws. We're going to use the shorter screws that come with the Holosun.
Now you're using the shorter screws so you don't push into the plate.
Right. So if you've ever dealt with red dots before, you want to make sure you get the right length of screw, because if your screw's too long, what'll happen was when you're screwing into this plate, it'll go all the way through the plate and push into the body. Once it does that, it's going to start pushing your optic up just like that, or just like that, depending on where your screws lie. So to avoid that and have a proper seating of the screw, you want to have the right length of screw. So just like with the set screws, these come with a little bit of dropped one. Come with a little bit of Loctite on them. As you can see, we're going to add just a little bit more just for redundancy. They say in the military, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So
just these little things, these little things, man, make such a big difference. And that's the whole thing of experience, right? Experience goes a long way.
Yep.
Especially because you don't want your optic losing zero in the middle of, an important use of it, so to speak.
Right. So I'm going to do this a little awkward so you guys can see what I'm doing. You're just going to put that in there. And when you're setting this up, anytime you're setting up something with multiple screws like this, don't wrench it down until you get all the screws set. So that's just a little something my dad taught me a long time ago. 'Cause my dad was been a auto mechanic his whole life. So working in the shop runs in the family. So I just work on guns. Those are my preferred machines. Oops. And these little screws are tiny, are hard to deal with. All right, and that's on. All right, bringing it back up. We're gonna fill up that second one. All right, nice and tight. And now you can go ahead and snug them down. Let me see right there, come on. Yeah, and just like the set screws, these are tiny little machine screws, so you don't need a whole lot of power to torque these down. Just a finger tight will do. And that's where we want to have that. All right, so we can move all this stuff out of the way. All right, so back to, we're gonna bring it, reassemble. So we got our barrel back in, our recoil spring and guide rod, push that in, frame, put it all back together, slide it on, cycle, function test, clear weapon, works, cycle, reset.
Nice.
Good to go. And there you go. That's the Holosun all mounted up on the Glock 19. Next is going to be zeroing.
Great. Awesome. Awesome job, man. You made that pretty user friendly, and you all could just follow this and rewind it to your heart's content to make sure you get all the right steps. And remember, you can always reach out to our team. Steve Johnson's doing this, but wait, we still got some more stuff to show you. So anyway, we'll see you when we start zeroing in a minute.
All right, guys.
Hey guys, we're going to set up right now and do the indoor bore sighting zeroing. So here's the target we're going to work off, and we're going to have the laser right here. You're not going to be able to see that where Steve is because Steve is down there. Steve, you want to show him here on that weapon?
Yeah, clear.
Good. Weapon
Safe weapon
right?
system.
So I'm going to give you the view from behind Steve right here. Good, and he is right there. So that's where we're going to be working from, and where we're going to put the camera on the tripod is right up in here this way, so you'll be able to see right behind the gun, and that's how we're going to do the rest of this. So we'll catch you in a second.
All right, guys. Here's the bore sight tool. Let's get it to focus. See if I can get it to focus. It's not working. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. All right, so just batteries in. Takes these little button batteries. Just a simple tool.
Yeah, show the laser off on your finger. I think you can see it. Just
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go.
Great, great.
So all that does is go into your pistol right there. Bear with me, guys. I got a camera where camera isn't normally. That drops right in there, and just send the slide forward. And you're probably not going to be able to see it, but let me put the reticle on. So, and there we go. So let me see if you can see the dot. There's the optic right there. So I can see the bore sight, and it looks like we're pretty much on.
Yeah, that's awesome. They said it comes dry-sided out of the box.
Yeah, might want to make left to right looks good. Yeah, left to right looks good. You just want to work on your elevation. But this comes down to actually sighting in on the range with live fire, because this is just a simple bore sight. It's enough to get you on paper, but you really want to fine tune it to get your proper zero. And we recommend 15-yard zero for that.
You want to go through the modes?
Yeah, we can go through the modes for sure. So here's your dot.
Can you make it a little brighter?
I can make it a little brighter. So just hit your up button. There you go. That's a little bright. So hold down the minus button for 5 seconds, and it'll go to the circle. There's your circle, and keep holding it down for another 5 seconds, and it goes to circle dot. So that's the versatility that this optic provides.
Awesome.
I don't think any other optic provides this level modularity as far as like your reticles go. But up close work, that's a nice 32 MOA circle dot, so for you to work with.
Awesome. All right, so then that is the zeroing, guys, and we're going to catch you back here in the office in a second. All right, man, I'm stoked.
All set up. Just need to confirm 0.
Whew. Yeah, so we just go live with this sucker and then just make sure it's zeroed out at 15 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Nice. Thanks, brother. That's
no
good.
worries,
And I'm really excited. Steve Johnson, ISP, baby. So let's go over what we did. We did the unboxing of the 507C Holosun. We did the mounting. Steve did the mounting. I did the watching. Right? And Steve also did the inside laser bore 0. Right? And that's just to get on 0 on paper.
Right.
Right? Now we got to go live and adjust windage and elevation. And we'll be right on for confirm 0.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we're really, really excited. And it took 2 days to do this, right? Because, it takes a while. Like this video, I don't know what's going to end up being, 26 minutes or something like that. I don't know. It's taken us 5 hours total.
Probably.
And then not editing
that. Yeah, editing is the long part.
Yeah. So anyway, this is for you guys to help you with your, going into laser. So if you don't know what we do at ISP, we provide uncommon training for the common man or woman. We have a multitude of different platforms, whether it be corporate, active shooter, personal or home defense, and the skill sets we use to teach those on are firearms, edge weapons, blunt weapon, and empty hand skill sets. So that's what you're going to have to use in any one of those 4 environments. Yeah. So we're really good at it, and ISP is a child company to the parent company, NLB. So you can find us at intuitivesp.com, and we should have that on the screen here. You can catch Steve via email at stevenj@intuitivesp.com and me at hankh@intuitivesp.com.
And that'll be in the description below.
Yeah, that'll be in the description below. And come to one of our trainings if you can, but also look out for lots of video instruction from us, white paper from us, PDFs on all manner of things that are going to add value to your skill set. So that's it. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, guys.